What's going on, everyone? It's Chris here for Friendly Frenzy Games, and today I'm going to do a quick deep dive into the newest way to earn cash in GTA Online, bond enforcement. Now, this DLC just released today, and honestly, it is quite a bit of fun, but is it worth the investment? Let's find out. For starters, let's quickly chat about what exactly bond enforcement is, and more importantly, how you'll earn your money. After you've purchased a bail office, you will unlock Mod and Jeanette, the two NPCs that will find you the criminals to track down and also help you to get paid. Now, once you have access to their criminal database, you'll notice that there's 3 criminals outlined in blue and a single criminal outlined in red. Now, the blue criminals are targets that repopulate hourly, and they are farmed much more quickly and easily, hence the smaller cash rewards. It should be noted here also that these missions will take place in the free roam of your existing server, so you might be fighting against other players on your way to securing these targets. Each one of these criminals are linked to a specific activity, however the locations will be different each time. Now, for example, what I mean by that is Cook Kenzie will always be the target that escapes a prison bus. So for each time that you select Cook Kenzie, you will be tasked with investigating a bus crash and a set of bloody clothes, which will eventually lead you to an area that you'll need to search to find and secure him. The single red bounty is a target that refreshes daily, and they offer a much larger reward. Because of this, they do require more effort, and they are treated as a standalone mission outside of your game's free roam. That means that you're able to choose to complete it with up to 4 players, but you can also run it solo. But keep in mind here, because it is a standalone mission, you will be limited to a certain number of lives before needing to restart it all if you fail. Now, with the basics out of the way, let's dig into where the bail offices are and how much they will set you back. If you're looking to get into the bond enforcement game for as cheaply as possible, you really only need to purchase a bail office, with the cheapest one located in Paleto Bay for just over 1.6 million. Any renovations here are purely extra, and they will not impact your ability to actually partake in these activities, unlike something like the salvage yard where you needed to purchase a tow truck to really take full advantage of all of its offerings. Now, as always, a business in Paleto Bay area does give you the cheapest option to try out the newest content, but often this is at a cost of convenience due to many of the missions being kind of central to the map, meaning that these missions will take longer and you will receive a lesser yield on the time that you've invested. Now, the other 4 bail office locations are all relatively close to each other and are much closer to the center of the map, with the most expensive location being downtown Vinewood at a cost of $2.62 million without any renovations. Now, speaking of renovations here, there are 5 upgrades that can be purchased to fully outfit your bail office, but many of these, like style, personal quarters, and gun locker, are very familiar to you if you've purchased businesses in the game before. As always, they'll give you a fresh aesthetic, the ability to select the office as a quick spawn point, and restock your ammunition. However, though, the 2 that are unique to the bail offices are agents and armor plating. Now, agents, each one will cost you $750,000, and they will increase the speed at which your bounties that you've returned get processed. I personally only have 1 agent right now, and by the time that I return my second target, the first one is already processed. This really doesn't mean too much, though, in all honesty. You will get paid a little quicker, but it doesn't refresh the bounty list any faster. There is an added benefit to the agents, though, because you can send one or both to conduct their own work in the field, which helps you bring in a daily passive income for your office. Now, it looks to be it's about $6,000 per agent per day, and in-game, obviously, an in-game day is about 45 to 50 minutes. For the armor plating, it is an extra $125,000, and this is going to outfit your van with armor plates. Really, the missions, at least at this point, don't seem to be too difficult, especially enough to warrant this addition, but I could see why this might be helpful if you play more often in global free roam. Obviously, with all of that said, to purchase the most expensive bail office with all of the top-end renovations, it'll set you back about $4.1 million. Now, it's a pretty hefty price to pay, and it seems to me like it would take a little bit longer to recoup your investment with this content versus some of the others, but again, you really don't need to start with any renovations to be able to start earning, and this reduces the barrier to entry tremendously. Now, as a few final general tips to make bounty hunting a little easier if this is something that you want to try out, since you'll get a considerably higher payout if you return the target alive versus dead, you are going to want to be sure that you're first identifying the target correctly to keep these guys from getting killed. Obviously, luckily, Jeanette will send you a picture of the target to your phone just in case you forget what they look like. They're usually very easy to spot, especially if you focus on their clothing. Also, the game will mark the bounty on your map when you're in their proximity with a white target. Now, you'll just want to be sure that you disarm them instead of killing them. Personally, I found this to probably be the most difficult part of the mission, as you will need to aim for their hand to make them drop the weapon before they get a chance to kill you. Once you perfect this move, I promise it'll be smooth sailing. Lastly, the blue targets are relatively easy to hunt and secure, and since you're in free roam, you're able to take whichever vehicle you choose. Now, that includes VIP vehicles to these bounty locations. If you're lucky enough to own some air transport for the long trips, I would highly recommend that you utilize it just to make the most efficient use of your time here. However, while you're actually securing the targets, you will be forced to use the bail bonds van, which can make long highway trips from the Paleto Bay area into town much less rewarding. Hopefully this quick video gave you some insights into whether or not purchasing the new bail office is for you. If you liked this video and found that it helped, give it a like, drop us a comment, and while you're here, consider subscribing to Friendly Frenzy Games for much more Grand Theft Auto content.